The election of third-generation leaders Gagan Thapa and Bishwa Prakash Sharma as party general secretaries from the ongoing 14th General Convention of Nepali Congress has sent quite a few ripples in the national politics. Their election at the cost of leaders Minendra Rizal and Prakash Charan Mahat has given room to feel optimistic that the Nepali Congress reins will soon fall into the hands of the promising next generation leaders. Good morning, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. Upadhyay, Angadambe and Pariyar elected joint general secretaries of Nepali Congress. New generation leaders Gagan Thapa and Bishwa Prakash Sharma elected general secretaries. The lower house remains dysfunctional amid relentless efforts by the main opposition to obstruct parliamentary process. Issues of public interest remain stranded. The UK registers a record number of daily coronavirus cases reported across the country for the second day running, with more than 88,000 infections confirmed. And the fifth round matches of the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League matches to kick off from today. Sadobatu to face Tribhuvan Army and Sankata to play against Machindra. Youth Nepali Congress leaders Gagan Thapa and Bishwa Prakash Sharma were elected the general secretaries of the party yesterday. Thapa received the highest number of votes in the 14th General Convention of the party, while Sharma stood second among 6 aspirants to clinch the positions of the general secretaries. Thapa was the candidate for General Secretary from the Shekhar Koirala panel, while Sharma belongs to the Prakash Mansingh panel. Of the total 4,682 votes, Thapa received a mammoth 3,023 votes, while Sharma garnered 1,984 votes. Likewise, other contestants in the fray, Prakash Charan Mahat received 1,550 votes, Pradeep Podel claimed 1,409 votes, Minendra Rizal collected 809 votes, and Rajaram Karki received 107 votes. Meanwhile, Defense Minister and aspirant for the position of General Secretary Minendra Rizal announced his resignation from the position through a social media post. Newly elected General Secretaries of Nepali Congress, Gagan Thapa and Bishwa Prakash Sharma, aren't just the popular young leaders of the party, but also the companions in their common agenda for the transformation of the party. Both Thapa and Sharma had fought for the establishment of republicanism from their time in student politics. The new generation of Nepali Congress holds them in high esteem and expects positive outcomes from them in their new role. Understandably, Nepali Congress representatives voted lavishly to the 2 new young guns of Nepali Congress as we take a look at their political careers. More in this report.
Gagan Thapa was elected the central member of Nepali Congress with the highest vote in the party's 12th General Convention. He also had contested for the position of the General Secretary in the 13th General Convention with the objective of promoting presence of young members in leadership roles, but had tasted defeat. Elected parliamentarian from Kathmandu constituency for 4 years ago, Gagan Thapa has also served as the Minister for Health. Elected a proportionate member from the 1st Constituent Assembly election and a direct member from the 2nd Constituent Assembly election, Gagan Thapa's resume also includes the chairperson of the Agriculture and Water Resources Committee of the Parliament. Born in Kathmandu in the year 1976, Thapa had actively participated in the 1990 popular uprising. After being elected a member of the Free Student Union 27 years ago, Thapa served as the secretary of the entity before becoming the president 4 years ago. He has also spent time behind bars during the government leadership of CPN-UML. Thapa, who had intensified the voices for republicanism during the times of monarchy, was also alleged of supporting kings by then-party president late Girija Prasad Koirala. Thapa has already declared of not sticking to the same position and retiring from active politics after reaching 60 years of age. Likewise, another newly elected General Secretary, Bishwa Prakash Sharma, is also a popular young leader of Nepali Congress. Appointed the Congress spokesperson 4 years ago, Sharma became the head of the Information, Communication and Publicity Department of the party 2 years later. However, despite his popularity, Sharma had lost in the previous election of the House of Representatives from Thapa Constituency 1 and doesn't boast of much experience in parliamentary politics. Sharma had become the representative for the General Convention of Nepali Congress 21 years ago and was elected the central member of the party 6 years ago. Born in Dhapa in 1970, Sharma entered politics during his school days. Having been arrested for the first time as a 9th grader, Sharma served at different positions of the FSU before being elected the entity's president in the year 2000. Sharma is considered a humble and an intellectual leader in the Nepali Congress fraternity.
Meanwhile, Mahalakshmi Upadhyay has been elected Joint General Secretary towards the women category. Likewise, Bhishmaraj Angdambe and Jivan Pariyar have also been elected as Joint General Secretaries. The vote counting that began in the evening ended at 10:30 p.m. yesterday. The elected Joint General Secretaries Angdambe and Upadhyay are from Party President Deoba's faction, while Pariyar is from the Shekhar Koirala faction. Angdambe had garnered 2,711 votes and defeated Bikash Lama in the indigenous category. Lama had garnered 1,912 votes. Upadhyay had collected 2,533 votes through the women category, defeating Kamala Panta, who garnered 2,105 votes. Towards the Dalit category, Jivan Pariyar garnered 2,212 votes to defeat Meen Bahadur Vishwakarma from the Deoba faction by 37 votes. A total of 8 joint general secretaries will be elected. The vote counting for Muslim, Madesi, Tharu, Khas and Arya will be held today. Election was held for a party president, 2 vice presidents, 2 general secretaries and 8 joint general secretaries in the 14th General Convention of Nepali Congress. The federal parliament, which survived 2 attempts of dissolution by former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, has now remained inactive amid political turmoil. While Oli has remained relentless in his attempt to fail the parliament, the ruling coalition has used it as a stepping stone to power. The situation raises concerns in terms of the parliament, an entity responsible for formulating laws and addressing issues of public interest, remaining dysfunctional. More in this report.
This week marks the first year of the dissolution of the parliament by former Prime Minister and CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli. The parliament, however, was revived with a Supreme Court verdict. Oli dissolved the parliament for the second time in May this year, while the apex court unleashed a mandamus to resurrect the lower house. Despite the reinstatement of the parliament, it is yet to function in full flow. Fragmentation of CPN-UML has made the lower house dormant. The opposition party has been regularly obstructing the parliamentary proceedings with its demand of removing lawmakers whom it had taken actions against and had gone on to establish CPN Unified Socialist. The government has been performing significant tasks amid the opposition's protest, including works related to their fiscal budget. However, over 50 ordinances are still under observation at the parliament, while many issues of public interest remain stranded. The issues raised by the main opposition, leading to house obstruction, is currently sub judice at the Supreme Court. The ruling coalition is of the understanding that UML is relentless in failing the parliament and bent on justifying its decision to dissolve the parliament. The parties and the interests have held the parliament hostage, even as no stakeholders appear interested in working out a solution to the stalemate.
Fifth-round matches of the ongoing Marches Memorial A-Division League will begin from today. The first match, scheduled for 1 p.m., will see Sadabata Youth Club up against Tribhuvan Army Club. Tribhuvan Army have maintained an undefeated run in the tournament so far, securing 8 points from 4 matches. The team led by Navin Nyopane had defeated Chasol Youth Club 2-0 in its previous match. Meanwhile, Sadabata's winning streak ended in the previous round as New Road team NRT defeated the club by a solitary goal. Sadabata have 7 points so far and are in the 5th position of the points table. Likewise, the second match will see Sankata up against Machindra Football Club. The match will begin at 4:45 p.m. Both the teams have remained undefeated in the tournament so far. Sankata had defeated Nepal Police Club, while Machindra had defeated Himalayan Sherpa Club in their previous matches, both by identical score 3-0. Defending champions Machindra are atop the league table with 10 points from 4 matches. Second place Sankata have 8 points. In the previous season, Machindra had defeated Sankata 3-1. And it's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. And here's the question. How can the increasing dispute between players and Cricket Association of Nepal be minimized? Your options are A, internal dialogue, B, through mediator, and C, by withdrawing action. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.